so cool! Hey guys, welcome back to an all new episode of Conflicts. Today we'll be looking at the very first auto-transforming Decepticon. This here is Megatron. That is right, the very first auto-transforming Decepticon featuring 36 high-precision servos, 118 chips, and over 4,500 components. Definitely a huge step up from the original flagship Optimus Prime. Now this was also supervised by Takara Tomy Japan, making it exactly the detail you'd imagine out of something aesthetically appealing as this. Now it also features Motioncraft 2.0, giving it more fluid-like motion, and as well as 200 voice commands, and is even voiced by Frank Welker, aka the voice of Megatron from the G1 series. Like that. Now it features individual control treads, allowing you to go ahead and pivot on the dime, mimicking real tank-like movements, and features 4 tank shells that can shoot up to 60 centimeters, and has 2 touch sensor zones that we've never seen before. So in other words, the robot can actually interact with you. Now it features 4 times the number of lights, which is actually a huge improvement from the original, and features a special coin that is a collaborative of Transformers G1 40th anniversary. It also features the very first turnable Decepticon logo, so it does rotate a full 180 degrees when it does transform, and it also has a charge indicator light giving you a more accurate reading of the exact percentage value. Now it features both easy programming and app capability, and of course you do have voice control, so it's everything you would want out of a robot like this, and then some. Now with that said, today we'll be unboxing as well as trying it out and seeing exactly what it's all about. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, check it out. This here is the packaging, this here is the box, and I have to say it is a little bit smaller than I was anticipating. Now just kind of looking at it, of course you do have the awesome looking blueprint of the robot here on the front, iconic to some of the different Robosen products. Now this being the collector's edition does come with a coin, which is kind of unique to go ahead and collect and go ahead and display with your robot. Now the box itself is small, however the robot is actually bigger than Optimus Prime, which is actually quite interesting. Now as we kind of rotate it here, it does talk about it in a little bit more detail. Obviously it is a Decepticon, the very first Decepticon by Robosen, but over here it does give it a little bit of a quick breakdown. So you do have your conversion state, so it can go and transform between a robot and a vehicle state, and it also has cognition, so it's advanced computing and language processing. In other words, this one here has a different algorithm, making it a little bit more sophisticated as well as more fluid-like movements. Now again, that goes with the stability aspect. So yes, again, it's called an advanced adaptive controlled algorithm and has die-cast aluminum alloy structure, so it's very, very durable and actually can go ahead and transform with ease. Now in terms of accessibility, so this particular robot has voice control and app control, and it has over 200 different skill sets that you can go ahead and apply to it with different programming aspects and a variety of ways controlling it, almost like an RC car. Not only that, it has voice commands where you can go and simply tell it to do things, which is always a great plus. Now lastly, it has mobility and flexibility, so it has 36 servos. That is a little bit more than Optimus Prime. Now the original robots that we've seen from the older days, I would say more or less around like 12 to 16 servos. So 36 is a very intricate movement robot. So that is really exciting to see, and the fact that this one here transforms from a tank to a robot is absolutely mind-blowing. Now it does have its own app, so you can go and download that, which is all listed here. But yeah, let's open this thing up and see what's inside. Alright, so just keep in mind that this is a prototype, so it's not going to be the final version. Obviously there might be some differences, but yeah, like check this out. It comes with its own little target practice Optimus Prime. Obviously that kind of gives you an indication that this robot here can actually shoot a missile. Well, a plastic missile, but yes, it still can shoot, and that is a spring-loaded action, which is kind of unique, but we'll be looking at that in just a little bit. So looking at the packaging, you do get this styrofoam case, very iconic to the whole Robosen team, I guess. Majority of all their robots come in a case like this. Comes with a little handle on the top, and then of course houses a logo here. And lay down, you got these different locks around it, and we can go ahead and lift this up like that. Oh man, check it out. So this is Megatron, just already off the back. It looks really cool in its tank form. Wow. Okay, let's take this thing out. Okay, so there's like no right way of holding this from what I'm saying. Okay, we'll kind of hold it from the bottom. Oh, okay, you have a few different movements going there. So yes, it is kind of hard to hold, but yeah, you can see it right off the back. This thing has a lot of details, which we'll be looking at in just a little bit. But let's go ahead and set this guy here to the side. And I believe there's an accessory package somewhere in here, which is probably underneath this. Yes, yes it is. Okay. Aha, look at that. All right, so we have our weapons, we have our user manual, and then of course we have our charger and what? Okay, so yeah, definitely brutal. Yeah, so this is kind of cool. So there's different weapons in here I haven't seen before, and then you have like this rubber like mallet thingy. I'm not sure, like what is this? Like a ball? Like you just kind of like hit. Well, anyway, we'll be trying that too. So pretty cool. And then of course we have our sword. So this does light up here. There's a button here. Press that button and it'll glow. There is a battery in there that you just go ahead and put in there. And then to go ahead and mount it, you just gotta unscrew it, slide it in, and screw it from the bottom. We have 4 missiles, so in case you do lose it, you have extra spares, so that's always nice too. I believe that just kind of goes on the front here like this. Just like that, easy. And then over here we have our quick start guide and our coin. So this is kind of cool. So this is our collector's coin. So you do get one of these, and I think it usually has like your serial number on it. This being a prototype probably doesn't, but yeah, check it out. 40 years anniversary, Decepticon, and then of course you have Megatron there on the front. Pretty cool. It does come with its own little display stand, so you can technically kind of display it next to the robot, which is probably always a great idea. And then lastly, we do have our user manual here, or a quick start guide. Oh wow, it actually shows how it looks transformed and how to go and set this up, how to install the different weapons, things like that. But we'll be looking at that in just a little bit in terms of the detail goes. And then lastly, we have our charger. Okay, so seems like they kind of went away from like the standard like AC port. This here's a USB-C to USB-C port, and comes with its own power port as well. So that is that in terms of a nutshell, in terms of what is included. Let's turn this guy on, right? So there's a power button here on the top right of the actual tank. And I believe if you just hold that.
I am Megatron, leader of the Decepticons.
Oh wow, that actually fired. Okay, yeah, so it does fire when you turn it on. So just keep that in mind, not to keep it loaded. But yes, I love the voice. Man, there's actually so much more lights on this compared to the original Optimus Prime. And I mean, it looks really, really intimidating. So it is voice control. So I think we'll just kind of go into that and see what happens. Hey, Megatron.
What's wrong?
Move forward.
Take no prisoner.
Move backwards.
Blast them.
Turn left.
Blast them.
Turn right.
Blast them.
Ah, man. And then I do believe this transforms backwards. So let's just see how this plays out. Usually with this, I don't know why they have it that way, but I guess it's the only way it works, right? So, hey, Megatron.
What's wrong?
Transform.
I am Megatron, leader of the Decepticons.
That is so cool. Man, this thing is absolutely mind-blowing. Holy crap, it is so much taller than I was expecting. Oh my god, that is absolutely cool. And to give you a visual aspect of it, remember how I said the box is small? Boom, the robot is actually taller than the box. So yeah, that explains it, because it kind of shrinks down when it's in its transform state. Man, so cool. Yeah, of course you have, you know, that autonomous look where it's kind of breathing and moving. That's one thing I love about these robots. It has its own standby state. Now this one actually has touch sensors on it. So I don't know how that works, but I think there's like touch sensors where if you like interact with it, it'll actually... It doesn't like being touched. Clearly it doesn't like being touched. So pretty cool. And obviously they have some built-in voice commands, which we'll be doing right now actually without even jumping into the app. So they did send us some commands here that I can try out. So let's try it. Hey Megatron.
What's wrong?
Open fire.
Do as I command. Fire! No mercy.
That is so sick. Hey Megatron.
What's wrong?
Defense.
Foolish man flesh.
So yeah, it just kind of gives you an idea that you can technically talk to it and interact with it. So there's actually quite a few different things you could do in terms of using the voice control. But what I really want to show you is obviously the app control. So let's try this out. We're all set and ready to go. Went ahead and downloaded the app, and now we have full control over our Megatron. So this here's our main menu. So you have your 3 different settings. You have your action mode, your create mode, and your mini theater, similar to some of the previous robots we've seen with Robosen. So action will allow us to control the robot as a RC, as well as use some of the pre-programmed actions and display it almost like a showcase. Create is where you can technically program it with a drag and drop display, and the mini theater is kind of unique mainly because of the fact that it creates like a little show, and you can even use other Robosen products to interact. And then you have your settings. So this here is specifically to the robot, where you can adjust the volume, the auto standing, humanoid standing, shutdown, touch interactions, auto shutdown, and of course updating the firmware. Same with the app. You have specific controls in terms of keyboard, audio, music. And then you have your help, which is going to be your facts and your feedback. And then, of course, your quick start guide on the bottom left. On the top right, it shows our battery life. And then, of course, we have our actions. So in terms of actions, you have 3 sub-menus. You have your control, your action center, and your download. Now, control is the RC, action center is the pre-defaulted actions, and then download actions are the ones that you can download from the database. So if someone uploads some, or if you download it directly from Robosen, they periodically update with new things. So let's take a look at control. So right now we're in our robotic state. So if I hit up, the robot should move forward. And then I hit stop, it'll stop. So very standard walking speed for most humanoids, so nothing incredibly fast, but it is quick for its size. So you can see how it kind of moves about. I wouldn't anticipate this thing chasing you, but you can also have it turn. So it'll do a side step as well. As you can see, the state of its speed. Now, do keep in mind that this thing is actually a pretty big robot, so it moving at its pace does make sense. And then you can also rotate it by using a directional aspect. So this will have the robot essentially spin. Now, on the right side here, you have your weapons, is the way I would look at it. So you have your blaster, so if I click that there, that's kind of cool. So it has a really great quality speaker. It is very loud and actually does sound like a cannon firing. Now you have your weapons. So for these here, you want to mount them before you press it. Otherwise, it just doesn't really look appropriate. So let's just go ahead and try this out here. So I'm going to grab this guy right here. And the way this would work is you just twist it off. So it's like a twist on, twist off kind of deal. You slide it into there, like this, and then you use the other piece here, and then you kind of twist it in, and it kind of like makes it solid. So now it has this weapon here with the ball, and then we'll... Oh my god! And let's go ahead and put the sword next. Slide that in here, and this is a sword. That is so cool. All right, so we have both of our weapons on there, and of course we can use both of them like just by pressing the buttons here. Whoa. I don't know why, that just seems so cool. Now, the center button on the app will make it transform. So just keep in mind it does transform backwards. So if it's facing this way, it's going to face that way ultimately. So press the button in the middle. So please confirm no accessories are on there, which we already just took off. All right.
Megatron, leader of the Decepticons.
All right, so now that we're in the transformed tank state, we can control this tank as well. So I'm going to go ahead and move forward.
Take no prisoners.
So it does work,
Retreat.
but it's significantly louder than I was imagining. Now you can turn left,
Blast them.
and you can turn right.
Blast them.
Now the reason why it's able to move so smoothly is the fact that it has independent controls for each wheel. I wish that the actual turret itself can actually move, and maybe this can go up and down. That would have been really awesome to see. I'm going to go ahead and load it up with a missile, and I'm going to go ahead and set this guy up too. All right, let's see if we can go ahead and shoot Optimus Prime. 3, 2, 1, fire! Actually shot with such force. All right, load it up. Okay, I'm gonna rotate this a little bit. And fire! Oh! Take that, Optimus! Oh man, so that's actually pretty fun. So yes, you can actually fire at targets like this Optimus Prime here. Now, aside that is all there really is in terms of the RC aspect of it. I click on back here, I can go into Action Center. Now we're in My Actions and we're in All, so you can click on Random or you can try one of these. It'll tell you specifically which weapon the robot needs to hold in order for it to go and showcase the action. But yeah, there's actually quite a few in here. And then of course you have your programmed, which you can create, and then you have your downloaded actions. So you can download the ones from the online database once it's up, obviously. So this one here, let's see how this works out. So this is King of Boxing. It's going to transform, so just keep that in mind. So let's just set it up like this. There we go. So it'll first transform, and then it'll conduct the action. All right, so we have some nice fighting moves. Oh. This here is Tyrant Pose, so it's like a pose. Whoa! Oh, that's so cool. I like that. This here is Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime. I'll crush you with my bare hands.
That's cool. Then this here's Fusion Cannon.
A pleasure to see you again, Prime. Now you witness the power of my fusion cannon. Take no prisoners.
That's so cool. Happy Halloween, happy Valentine's Day, happy April Fools. Interesting. This here's Laser Beak.
Laserbeak, where are your manners? Our guests need to see.
So this here is Happy April Fools. Okay.
Fools! You fell for my prank once again. Enjoy yourself while you can, for soon I will crush you all. Happy April Fool's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day from Megatron.
Love is for the weak. Embrace your hatred and fear. Be strong. Happy Valentine's Day.
All right, so there's a lot of different things in here. Let's try Soundwave.
Soundwave. This area must be cleared to start our work. Begin generating audio disruptor waves at once.
We have Decepticons.
Decepticons, a toast to the imminent destruction of the accursed Autobots.
Introduce yourself.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing. Greetings, humans. I am Megatron, leader of the Decepticons. You will do exactly as I say. Now surrender.
This here is Galvatron.
The Autobots think they have defeated us, but yet we survive.
Earth.
You see, even as mightiest warriors cannot stop us. Soon other cities will fall, then others, one after the next, until Earth is ours.
This here is Great Villain.
I am Megatron. I will win by any means, by any cost.
This here is Starscream.
You couldn't lead androids to a picnic, Starscream. How can you pretend to lead the Decepticons?
This here's Autobots.
Autobots scum. We shall finish off the Autobots once and for all.
This here is Victory.
Peace through tyranny. The universe is
All right, so these are just some of the different animations that don't have any weapons involved. So these are the ones that have the weapons involved. So let's see if we can go ahead and set this up. Perfect. All right, so this here's Energon's sword.
Try and stop me, Prime. Nothing can stop me now. Not even you.
So crazy. Probably conspiracy.
I used too much power against the Autobots. No more Optimus Prime. Grant me mercy, I beg of you. It is over. Optimus Prime has been defeated.
This one here is Faith.
Why matters to fate? One can forge one's own destiny.
This is Conquer.
Exactly. I will build the ultimate weapon to defeat the Autobots, to control the planet, to conquer the universe.
I just hit my top camera. I go back into the main menu, I can see our next one, which is Create. Now, Create allows you to go ahead and create your own programming to create your own custom animations. The one thing I do like is the manual function. If I raise its arm, I can copy that motion by simply raising the arm and create my own, essentially, animation. So let's try this out. So if I hold the robot here, I can unlock different servos. So it will give me all the different servos that I want to do. So now that it's unlocked, I can move it freely like this. And if I hit sync, it will show exactly that specific pose that I just created. Now I can rotate this, and then from there I can add it to a number. So now that is my first frame. Bring this arm up and hit sync. And again, it'll show it just like that. And then I can add that to number 2. So sync. There you go. So both hands are up in this position. There you are. And then from there, I can hit audio, and I can use different audios that I like. So I can do something like this. Okay, so I added that there, and then I hit play. See, that's how fast it was. But yes, so I love that it is very versatile and very easy to use. And we also have Blocky. So Blocky is essentially your drag and drop method of creating different animations. So you'll start off with start, and then from there I can add a specific action by dropping it like that. And then I can go here and I can add different animations. So I can talk about like the head, for instance, and bring that over here. And I can rotate it a specific angle. Confirm. And this will show the speed, the delay, stuff like that. If I hit play, it should rotate the head. Just like that. I mean, it's kind of up to you on how you want to do it. That's a great way of learning coding as well. And then of course I can save it. So I'm just gonna cancel out of this. Now the last thing is mini theater. It's essentially a little show, a way of showcasing like a skit for the robot or it interacting with other robots. So it can have a conversation or things like that. So solo play, it looks like it's just under development here. So this here is multiplay with Optimus Prime. Click here on the final battle. So right now it is connected to Megatron. So I have to connect it to Optimus Prime by clicking the plus. It just found it. So now I can hit add.
Mission complete.
We need to have the robot set up like this, and we'll hit confirm.
One shall stand, one shall fall. Such heroic nonsense. We will never forsake this planet or its people. No! I'll crush you with my bare hands. Fire now! No more Optimus Prime! Grant me mercy, I beg of you. Corruption is never a path to freedom. Swords! I would have waited an eternity for this. It's over, Prime! We will never give up. We will never surrender.
That was so wicked! Now we have take cool photos.
Stand aside, weaklings. There. No. What's wrong? I urge you to do the right thing. Dummies. Watch it, you fool. Excellent.
Side by side, definitely really cool looking robots. They are about the same size. Obviously, Megatron's a little bit taller because of the back portion here, but I mean, they are absolutely great as a duo in terms of showcasing it. I mean, the fact that they both transform, which is really unique. Let's try it out. Now, this particular robot, when it transforms, the Decepticon logo actually rotates. Transform.
I am Megatron, leader of the Decepticons.
Alright guys, so check it out. So this is our obstacle course here. So we have Megatron right over there. We're going to have him drive around the corner. See how he moves around through the arcades. Fire at Optimus. See if you can knock down T9E. And then lastly, battle it out against Optimus Prime. Let's have it. Alright, ready Megatron? Let's go. Alright, so, I mean, he is a little slow. But he's making his way through, which is good. Alright. Alright, so we just went ahead and rotate. Alright, Megatron attack. Oh! Alright, let's see if we can go ahead and have him go through this obstacle course. Okay, and let's go ahead and rotate. Alright, we're able to go ahead and push that cube. Let's see if we can aim for Optimus. Alright, and fire. Nice! Got it. Alright. Now we gotta knock down T9E. Okay, for that we gotta transform. Let's go ahead and transform. Okay, walk forward. Okay, so let's go ahead and put his weapons on him really quick. Alright, so I went ahead and added the weapons to our robot here. Let's see if this works. Oh, knock him down, knock him down. Oh, okay. Alright, so now that I got him hooked on, let's see if we can pull him by going backwards. Oh, 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 oh! Alright. Alright, next up is Optimus Prime. Or let's do Cannon Blast. Alright, let's see if we can hook him. Oh! Alright, so there you have it. Megatron was able to complete our obstacle course. The next thing I want to do is do a little race between Megatron versus Optimus Prime and see which one's faster. Let's have at it. Ready, set, go! Alright, so clearly Optimus Prime is a little bit faster than Megatron, but yes, gives you an idea. Alright, let's do a quick little race in terms of foot for both robots. Ready, set, go! Alright, looks like Megatron might be a little faster. Yeah, looks like Megatron was faster. Interesting. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a closer look at this thing. Now, just looking at it, I have to say, it is absolutely beautiful. I love all the small details on it. Definitely has a reminiscence of almost like something that's evil and literally portrays Decepticons to the T. Now, Megatron does have a lot of small details, as you can already tell. And of course it does have those touch sensors, which you can already see how it's interacting with me. Now it does have your battery life indicator right over here, and of course has a variety of different LEDs going throughout it. Even down to the legs, you can see there's a lot of different things going on. Even the blaster, everything has something going on with it. Now as we kind of rotate around it, it really doesn't like fail to impress in terms of all the small details. I mean, literally they did an almost artistic piece. This is a great sculpture just looking at it. Now I went ahead and did a quick 3D scan of the particular robot to show you. So for instance, this one here, you can take a closer look at it, and wow, look at that. So overall, definitely really cool. And then of course you do have both states. So we have also the tank model 2 here. So let's go ahead and pull that up a little bit here. And you can see that both of them are actually very detailed, and they of course share all the similar components in terms of the way they look. Now obviously it's kind of up to you and what you want to do with it, but I definitely like displaying it as the robot itself. I mean, it literally looks exactly the way I would imagine a Megatron robot would look like. Now of course you have your weapons here, which are pretty detailed as well. So of course this one here, it doesn't want to let it go. Give me back the sword. There we go. Whew. Here's a sword, and definitely looks really cool. It has an LED built into it, definitely like translucent, and does kind of go throughout the whole entire sword. And then of course you have this other weapon here, which is really neat because one, it has more movement to it. So when it does kind of throw it, it does kind of whip it around. So it's kind of cool to see a weapon of its nature. Now obviously this is not just the only state that we could see this robot in. So let's go ahead and set that up next and have it transform.
What's wrong?
Transform. So just looking at this again, really nice, lots of different lights. I did wish this would actually kind of move, but again, it does move like a tank because it has individual motors for each particular wheel. And of course you do have the logo that does spin, which is really neat too. So it does rotate a full 180 degree. Now this has a spring-loaded cannon, so in other words, it can shoot up to 60 centimeters. So that is actually pretty cool too. So it can fire something, especially if you're like battling against Optimus. You have a lot of interesting looking lights on the back, including the blaster. And I mean, overall it is a very cool piece. All right, well there you guys have it. Overall, a really cool robot. Definitely very unique, and I have to say they did a great job with it. Now, with that said, if you guys have any questions about it, comment down below. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.